Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen, the Marshal of Convocation has placed the mace on the stage, and Convocation is now in session. My name is Malcolm Butler. I'm the Vice President, Academic and Research at St. Mary's University, and I'll be serving as your Master of Ceremonies for this occasion. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this celebration in honor of the graduating class of Fall 2017, of whom we're all very proud. Although this is a formal occasion in the life of a university and our graduates, we certainly understand the excitement of the day. Please feel free to show your enthusiasm and cheer for each of our graduates today. You're welcome to approach the right side of the stage, your left, to take photos of the favorite graduate. However, we ask that you do not interfere with the free flow of the graduates exiting the stage and other guests wishing to take photos. I would now like to invite Brother Francesco of the Franciscans of Halifax to deliver the invocation. Brother Francesco.
O God, who speak to us in many ways in the secret of our spirits, from whom the very existence of everything in the universe ultimately comes, we call on you today that you may bless these students who are celebrating the fruits of years of commitment and of hard work. Bless them, lead them, and protect them in their journey of life, that they may be a blessing for the whole humanity. Fill their hearts with love for life and fill their minds with passion for truth, that they may become fearless fighters for the sake of what they believe and hold dear. Bless their families and friends who trusted in them, supported and accompanied them in these years of studying. And bless their teachers and all those who serve in this institution in so many different ways. Reward all of them as they make it possible for the new generations to receive the legacy of the treasure of human knowledge. And finally, bless this university, St. Mary's University, that it may remain always steady as an academic institution where human wisdom is preserved, made grown and shared, according to the symbol of the same St. Mary, a very simple, uneducated young Hebrew woman, in whose womb, according to the Christian faith, dwelt entirely and grew to be born as a human being, the divine wisdom that the whole universe couldn't contain.
Thank you, Brother Francesco. We respect the fact that St. Mary's is on the traditional lands of the Mi'kmaq Nation. At this time, I would like to welcome Elder Debbie Eisen to bring a greeting to those in attendance today. Elder Eisen.
To begin, I would like to address a teaching to the graduating students. To compare your journey through school here at St. Mary's, it's not all about what you've learned and the wisdom of knowledge of what you've learned in the books. I would urge you to look through your paths in life. If you compare this to a tree, that it's a sapling, and that sapling is young and small with a small branch, but has many different smaller branches on it, and your roots. The roots tell who you are, whether you're Mi'kmaq, whether you're Inuit, whether you're Anishinaabe, or Cree, or Chinese. Those roots cannot change. It tells you who you are as a person. When a small sapling is put into the ground, it has guide wires on it. One of those guide wires talks about when you have the support of your family and friends as you're going to help you to keep on the straight path. That other guide wire is your friends, your teachers, your professors. As you go through life, they advise you and guide you. The branches on that tree are your paths in your life. Some of those paths are good and some are not so good. It's what you learn from those paths that will help you in the future as you go through life. As that tree gets older and as you get older, there's more branches on that tree to help you and guide you, to give you wisdom about life's different paths that you've gone on. You may not feel the exact touch of those guide wires from your family and friends, your teachers anymore, but know that they will be there. The roots of your tree, of your life, get stronger, and they ground you and guide you. Keep those roots healthy so that as you go on, you will be able to look back and pull on those paths and those experiences that you've had, so that will help you in the future as you go along. Ani buju nana temakus, indejanakas, name angunawe, anishnabe kwe, bachuana. Creator, we thank you for being here today, and we thank you for this beautiful sunshine and fresh air that you had given us throughout today. I ask that you look upon these men and women who are graduating today and give them courage and strength in the days ahead and guide them in their future endeavors. I ask, Creator, that you send strength and courage to our loved ones, those who are sick and need your strength in the trying days ahead. And Creator, be with our loved ones, those who are preparing themselves for their final journey to you. Give them strength and courage so that they will not be afraid. Creator, I ask that you look after our veterans, those who are far from home. Keep them safe until they return into the loving arms of their family and friends. And as this day closes, Creator, I ask that you stay with the men and women in this room. See them safely back to their friends and let them come to no harm. Tahomigwich.
Thank you, Elder Eisen. It is now my pleasure to ask our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Summerby Murray, to address Convocation.
Thank you, Malcolm. Mr. Chancellor. Good evening. Let me begin by introducing our platform party. I would ask that members of groups on the platform stand when I announce your group and remain standing until everyone is standing and presented to Convocation. I want to begin with all members of faculty, the professors who are here to honour their students as they graduate. Members of faculty, please rise, followed by members of the University Senate and members of the board. I would ask also that representatives of the St. Mary's University Student Association please stand. Following them, members of the Registrar's Office, and then our Associate Vice Presidents. Please rise. Our orator for this evening, Dr. Alexandra Avdalov. The deans of our faculties present this evening, and our university librarian, followed by our vice presidents present this evening. Our senior advisor, teaching and learning. Honorary degree recipients, including Dr. Bassam Nahas. Our guests this evening, Elder Debbie Eisen and Brother Francesco. Representatives of the St. Mary's University Alumni Association. Dr. Colin Dodds, President Emeritus, and any remaining members of our platform. Finally, I introduce to you Dr. Paul Sobey, Chancellor of St. Mary's University. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your platform party. Thank you. Please be seated. Last Saturday evening, I attended a fabulous concert at St. Mary's Basilica. For 90 minutes, and I say 90 minutes, the audience sat transfixed by the pure singing of the Salentes Ensemble, a choir from Belgium that performed music and text from the Saltines Antiphonal, an illuminated manuscript created in the 1530s in a convent in Belgium. As many of you know, this manuscript belongs to St. Mary's University and is one of the many precious gems in our Patrick Power Library and Archives. But who would have thought that an audience would be totally absorbed by plain chant, unison singing, as the choir worked its way through the various offices of the Catholic liturgical day? And why would I use this story as a basis for my remarks this evening? First, the Saltines antiphonal and the performance last Saturday represents a key theme of the St. Mary's University strategic plan, and that is discovery and innovation in a learning-centered environment. The performance last Saturday would not have been possible without hard and persistent research work, the very best forms of discovery involving intellectual curiosity, the pursuit of knowledge, and freedom of inquiry. Like much research, uncovering the secrets of the Saltines antiphonal took a lot of time. While we don't know everything about the journey of the manuscript to St. Mary's University, we do know that it was likely purchased in Europe in the mid-19th century by Bishop Walsh, a former president of the then St. Mary's College, and also Bishop of the Archdiocese of Halifax. Gifted to St. Mary's University in the 1970s, the manuscript was held in our library before being rediscovered by a researcher, Judy Dietz. The research that has been carried out on the antiphonal since its discovery is what we describe in our St. Mary's strategic plan as foundational research, research driven by curiosity, not by an immediate or obvious need to apply the research or by some external government or corporate agenda. This type of research is what the Naylor report describes as fundamental science, using the word science to embrace all forms of systematic inquiry. The Naylor report, named after its lead author, David Naylor, a former president of the University of Toronto, makes a case for the enhancement of research capacity in Canada by increasing the federal investment in curiosity-driven research at all scales and all sizes of universities. The Naylor report is heartening news for scholars at St. Mary's, students and professors alike, as we engage in discovery and innovation, including on topics that may not look as though they have immediate practical consequence. But from this fundamental research can come serendipitous discovery and insights that benefit us and future generations, whether it is in an understanding of our cultures or in finding a cure for disease. This is why several university presidents across the country, including me, have joined together recently to write opinion pieces in local newspapers and other media. And this is why, in part, we celebrate your achievements tonight as fellow researchers and innovators, as discoverers and scholars, as graduates of St. Mary's University. My second point in relation to last Saturday's performance is that sometimes we don't know what we have in front of us until we dig deeply. Until a researcher lifted it from the shelf, we really didn't understand the significance of this manuscript in our own library and archives. And until the fundamental research was done, we didn't see the connections to our present day. At one level, the manuscript is an historical liturgical document, an example of the rather esoteric performance practices within the convent of Saltines in Belgium. But then the historical book conservators got their hands on it, and suddenly a geography of paint, colour pigment, paper, and trade opened up. A sociological perspective reveals that the manuscript tells us not only about the singing of the daily offices, but also about the families supporting the convent, and especially the role of women in local society, who are illustrated as individuals and named around the edges of some of the significant illustrations in this manuscript. And the choices of text in the antiphonal demonstrates a decidedly feminist edge to performance. We are now, in 2017, exploring a document that reveals much about the changing role of women in the early 16th century, and we set that into our context today. Your studies, too, your intellectual growth, have revealed things that you weren't expecting. Unfamiliar subjects that you took, just perhaps because they filled an empty slot in your timetable. Go on, be honest. And then that subject became your major, or perhaps the inspiration for your graduate degree. Your studies have created new friends and relationships, including those from different cultures that now link you with over 50,000 Santamarians around the globe. You now have new identities and capacities for change in a world that desperately needs your contributions to managing and understanding change. My third point, and there should always be 3 points, is that the Saltines antiphonal from 1534 teaches us to hold on to our values for today. Those values are the higher order things that motivate us and remind us of our purpose. For the 8 women who sang last Saturday evening, it was clear that one of their values was simply the pursuit of truth and beauty in art, the idea of focusing on what we do to the very best of our ability, with determination to do what we do for its own sake. You know this already as our newest Santamarians. You understand the importance of intellectual growth, of resilience, of engaging with community locally and globally. And you understand now that your role is to project those values into the world beyond this university. This is not easy. You are up against changing climates, social disruption, cultural insensitivity, geopolitical strife, migration flows of refugee populations, antibiotic-resistant bacteria, challenges to corporate social responsibility and ethics, anti-intellectualism, and in some cases, the failure of liberal democracy itself. But you are also armed with new insights that come from your discovery and innovation in this learning-centered environment. And because you have a St. Mary's degree, I am completely confident that you will tackle the world beyond the university and bring about lasting and positive change. Let me close, therefore, with part of last Saturday's performance, part of the text of the hymn Ave Maris Stella, a beautiful paragraph that sends us all into the world as Santamarians. And I quote, "Loosen the chains of the guilty, send forth light to the blind. Our evil do thou dispel, entreat for us all good things." There could be no better words of encouragement to you on graduation day as you graduate and go forward to do what you do. So congratulations, félicitations, age quod agis.
Thank you, President Summerby Murray. We now proceed with the conferral of Associate Vice President Research and Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies to introduce candidates in the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Dr. Alexander Adulov of the Department of Modern Languages and Classics will then serve as our orator, announcing each student. Dr. Sardi.
Mr. Chancellor, I present candidates for graduate degrees in the Faculty of Graduate Studies. I attest that they have fulfilled all of their program requirements and ask that you confer their degrees.
It would indeed be my honor, and by the virtue of the powers which the Charter of St. Mary's University bestows upon me as Chancellor, I hereby confer degrees in the Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Mr. Chancellor, to retain an important tradition of the university, we undertake a convocation ceremony in which the first candidate is hooded as a representative of the graduating class. An explanation of hoods and regalia can be found at the end of the convocation program. I ask the first graduate for the Masters of Arts degree to move to the center stage. Master of Arts in Atlantic Canada Studies, Hannah Nichols. I am now pleased to call upon the President of the Alumni Association, Ms. Sarah Ferguson, Bachelor of Commerce 2009, to present an alumni pin to this graduate.
We continue with graduates in the Master of Arts degree. Diane Obed, Master of Arts, Atlantic Canada Studies. Stephanie Sloan White, Master of Arts, Atlantic Canada Studies. Kojo Anane Ampofo, Master of Arts, International Development Studies. Subrina Tajin Buli, Master of Arts, International Development Studies. Taiwo Obukwo Iribotor, International Development Studies, Master of Arts. Tinawati Kupakuwana, Master of Arts, International Development Studies. Hyunjo Faustina Wu, Master of Arts, Women and Gender Studies. This concludes graduates in the Master of Arts programs. We now proceed with the graduates of the Master of Applied Economics program. Sylvia Joka. Pat Marcuccio. Andy Ousu. Wan Lee. This concludes the graduates of the Master of Applied Economics program. We will now proceed with the graduates of the Master of Business Administration program. Derek Russell James Doe. Ali Wael Sharif Abdallah Hamed. William Andrew McGregor. Jean-Francois Pelletier. Erica Mary Wicks. This concludes the graduates of the Master of Business Administration program. We will now proceed with the graduates of the Master of Finance program. Mohammed Abdullah Al-Abdulrahim. I am pleased to announce that Tamana Arifin is the winner of the university's gold medal for the Master of Finance program. This medal is donated by Colin Dodds and family. Adam Behram. Sai Yu. Chen Li. Emily Ann Deeb. Ding Yishang. Priscilla Asanteva Efa. Fan Hongru. Gon Xian. Hyun Jin Ham. Han Ruida. Huan Tian. Huo Wei Lin. Edima Victoria Isang. Jian Xiaoyang. Mandar Lat. Li Han Lu. Li Hui. Li Qi. Li Runze. Li Xing. Lian Xueying. Liu Linghui. Liu Xiao. Liu Xinmang. Liu Ziyue. Liu Mengjing. Ma Zui. Ma Di. Ma Tianyong. Ma Yuxing. Mohammed Rashid Mohammed Hanfi Masud. Pan Yushuan.
Thank you.
Eng Min. Chin Janan. Su Kaifeng. Sun Lu. Tian Yuan. Adaku Tony Ilebor. Nke Okop Umobong. Wan Romeng. Wan Shiruo. Wan Xinzhen. Wu Hang. Wu Zuxing. Chia Chiang. Xu Xiaotong. Yan Ruizong. Yan Minzhou. Yan Yuten. Yu Yinxue. Yu Yue. Yuan Ping. Zhang Jianan. Zhang Lu. Zhu Mengqian. Zhu Qi. This concludes the graduates of the Master of Finance program. We will now proceed with the graduates of the Master of Management, Cooperatives and Credit Unions program. I'm pleased to announce that Jessica Aline Baker is the winner of the Pobihushi Medal for the Master of Management, Cooperatives and Credit Unions. This medal is presented to the graduate most exemplifying the principles and values of cooperation. Stacy Leah Brown.
Thank you very much.
Christopher Thomas Galloway. Paula Elizabeth McFarlane.
Thanks very much.
Corey Munden.
Thank you.
Wayne Allen Schatz.
Thank you.
Anila Washti Singh.
Thank you very much.
Musonda Yamfa. This concludes the graduates of the Master of Management, Cooperatives and Credit Unions program. We will now proceed with the graduates of the Master of Technology, Entrepreneurship and Innovation program. Tiffany James. This concludes the graduates for the Master of Technology, Entrepreneurship and Innovation program. We will now proceed with the Master of Science in Applied Psychology. Taylor Oki. Krista Wright. This concludes the graduates in the Master of Science in Applied Psychology. We continue with the graduates in the Master of Science in Applied Science. Hanan Tejani Drfun. Hisham Salem Eshaf. Khaled Marwan Anis Hijazi. Shruti Kumar. Labib. Ashley Breonna Martell. Leah Danielle Springate. Darcy Lynn Stack.
Hi. Thank you.
Stephanie Trung. This concludes the graduates in the Master of Applied Science. We continue with the graduates in the Master of Science in Astronomy. Adam Gerardo Gonzalez. This concludes the graduates in the Master of Science programs.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
We will conclude with the graduates of the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Kirsten Lee Bonson, Doctor of Philosophy, Astronomy. Jaspreet Singh Ranghawa, Doctor of Philosophy, Astronomy. Mohammed Ali Al-Hamdani, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Organizational Psychology. Aleka Maria McClellan, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Organizational Psychology. Elizabeth Ann MacLeod, Doctor of Philosophy, Management. This concludes the graduates in the Faculty of Graduate Studies.
I'm pleased now to invite Ms. Hunjo Faustina Wu, class valedictorian, to come forward and address the graduates. A brief biography of Hunjo is included in your convocation program. Hunjo as valedictorian, is the recipient of a Fitzpatrick Family Scholarship. She graduates this evening with a Master's of Arts in Women and Gender Studies. Hunjo plans to pursue a career in the nonprofit industry, advocating for those who experience adversity. Please, Hunjo, come forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, dear President Somerville Murray, Vice Chancellor, faculty, staff, parents, family, guests, and my fellow graduates. My name is Hyunju Faustina Wu, and it is my honor to address the graduating class of fall 2017 and represent a diverse group of students at St. Mary's as the valedictorian tonight. Yes, fellow graduates, we are the graduating class of 2017. We have been wondering every night for several years, endless nights, staying up to read journals and books and to write theses, essays. We have been wondering if we would make it to this day. Finally, we made it. Yeah. Today we are here to film the ending scene of our long movie, so to speak, at St. Mary's, finally. Do you remember your first scene on campus? We entered the Loyola and went upstairs. And do you remember the bright smiles of Welcome Week volunteers there? That was a beautiful opening scene of St. Mary's University with a diverse international community. That's right, my colleagues. We, students from 119 countries, started and grew up together. This is really hard to, sorry about that. Yeah. We, friends and classmates, worked together through the great, stressful, and emotional times. The friends we sit with today became our family away from home and are definitely some of the main characters in our movie of Smooth Life. While I was studying here as an Asian researcher in a Western country, I realized and deeply considered my unique position as an Asian woman of color. I also considered for the first time the possibility that I might be perceived as an interesting object from the perspective of Western society. Personally, I was very shocked and even felt afraid of sitting in the classroom. However, my classmates and professors in women and gender studies always paid attention to the differences between us and respected my feelings. They listened, asked studied, and made lots of suggestions with empathy. Thanks to them, I could accept my distinctive position and enjoy my study and research as an Asian woman. Furthermore, this experience leads me to desire to be a human being who knows the responsibilities to give back to the community and support others. Is it right? Sorry again. Like this, our campus was not only just a place to learn, but also a true home. We were very lucky to experience this multicultural family campus life. Through that, we recognized our multi-layered identities, which allow us to sincerely accept the importance of understanding other social locations and being individuals who strive to build a healthy family, community, society, and a better world for everyone. The degree we received through this SMU life represents our success and achievement, obviously. But we should remember how this achievement was made, and with this achievement, what we can do from now on. You know, people cannot produce any film alone. We owe it to our family and our professors, as well as each other, as I just said. All of our family members have helped us emotionally, financially, and most importantly, in motivating and supporting us to achieve our goals. We cannot thank you enough. You are the driving force behind our education and our futures. We will forever be indebted to you for all the time, efforts, and love that you have provided to us throughout our education and lives. Thank you very much. And the faculty and professors gave us a hard time. Yes, very hard time. But at the same time, they made us work for our degree, diploma, or certificate. Most of all, they gave us the tools we needed and provided us with opportunities. For that, we thank you very much, as you have played a key role in helping us be who we are today. Thank you so much. Now we are all set to begin the sequel to our SMU movies. Our sequels might not be filmed exactly as the scripts we created. However, as graduates of St. Mary's University, we can do anything because SMU has instilled in us as a tremendous passion for life and a strong desire to make the world where we live better. We clearly learned to not allow external circumstances to define us. Our movie will be filmed on our own views. A few years ago, we came onto campus with different backgrounds and different life experiences. However, we are now all members of this one university community who respects diversity. Yes, we are the class of 2017 St. Mary's. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I wish you all the best in your future. Let's begin to shoot our new scenes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hunjo. Now, as you can see, we've welcomed our doctoral graduates to take a place on the stage with the faculty. And at this point, on behalf of the members of the entire St. Mary's University community, I want to congratulate everyone who graduated today. Well done. And now I'll ask the graduating class to remain seated while I invite the audience to rise and offer the entire graduating class a round of applause. And please be seated again. I would like also to thank the parents, spouses, partners, family members, faculty, staff, and others who provided the graduates with the support to enable them to succeed at St. Mary's. And in keeping with a very long-standing now St. Mary's tradition, I ask the graduates to now rise and applaud their supporters in the audience. Before closing, I would like to thank a few people who are here with us today. On stage are the American Sign Language English interpreters organized through the Fred Smithers Center for Support for Students with Disabilities. They are Tanya Frank Scholten and Jessica Bezanson. Thank you both. I also wish to thank Dr. Alexander Avdulov, University Orator, for his participation at today's convocation. Brandon Mott, the pianist for this ceremony, and Rusu Maria Brousseau, who will shortly lead us in the singing of O Canada. Last but not least, I wish to thank our Chancellor, board members, our President, all faculty members and members of the Alumni Association for joining us today and receiving our new graduates into the worldwide family of proud St. Mary's graduates. Mr. Chancellor, I now request that you close convocation.
Thanks very much, Malcolm. Before I do, I just want to reiterate some of the comments. Congratulations to you all. What you've achieved is truly remarkable. And I know your family, friends, faculty, and staff are extremely proud of you. Your journey, although a lot of you will say it's done, I think it's really beginning another journey. And keep on meeting and exchanging with your friends. Information, idea exchange it'll never stop. So. And I sincerely wish you all the best. And with that, by the powers of which the St. Mary's Charter bestows upon me as Chancellor, I hereby declare the convocation closed, and congratulations and best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, the business of convocation is concluded. After the singing of O Canada, please stay in your seats until please remain standing until the academic procession has left the auditorium. You are invited to a reception to be held in the conference hall in the Loyola Academic Building for the graduates, their guests, and faculty. So I now invite you to stand and to join Rusu Maria Brousseau in singing our national anthem.
histoire est une épopée des plus brillantes exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.